What if one of the world's smallest pieces of land became the center of one of history's longest and most complicated conflicts? For thousands of years, Palestine has been home to great civilizations, powerful empires, sacred religious sites, and generations of people who have called this land home. It is a place where Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all share deep historical roots. But it is also a land marked by war, displacement, political struggle, and competing national identities. To understand today's headlines, we first need to understand the past. The region historically known as Palestine lies on the eastern coast of the Mediterranean Sea, connecting Africa, Asia, and Europe, making it strategically important for thousands of years. More than 5,000 years ago, the land was inhabited by the Canaanites, who built thriving cities and trade networks. Later, the Philistines settled along the southern coast, and many historians believe the name Palestine originated from them. Around the second millennium BCE, the Israelites established kingdoms in the region, with Jerusalem becoming the capital under King David. King Solomon later built the first temple, making Jerusalem the spiritual center of Judaism. Over the centuries, powerful empires including the Assyrians, Babylonians, Persians, Greeks under Alexander the Great, and finally the Romans conquered the land. In 70 CE, after a Jewish revolt, the Romans destroyed the Second Temple in Jerusalem, and following another rebellion, they renamed the province Syria Palestina. In the 7th century, Muslim armies defeated the Byzantine Empire and brought Palestine under Islamic rule. Jerusalem became one of Islam's holiest cities with the construction of the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque. For centuries, Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived in the region under different Islamic dynasties, although life varied depending on the rulers of the time. During the 11th century, European crusaders captured Jerusalem. But in 1187, the Muslim leader Saladin recaptured the city. Afterward, the Mamluks ruled the region before the Ottoman Empire took control in 1517 and governed Palestine for nearly 400 years. Everything changed after World War I when the Ottoman Empire collapsed and Britain took control under a League of Nations mandate. At the same time, the Zionist movement encouraged Jewish immigration to Palestine, while many Jews were also escaping persecution in Europe. In 1917, Britain issued the Balfour Declaration, supporting the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people, while also stating that the rights of existing non-Jewish communities should be protected. As Jewish immigration increased, tensions between Jewish and Arab communities also grew, leading to protests, riots, and violent clashes throughout the 1920s and 1930s. After World War II and the Holocaust, international support for a Jewish state increased significantly. In 1947, the United Nations proposed dividing Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem placed under international administration. Jewish leaders accepted the proposal with reservations, while many Arab leaders rejected it, arguing that it was unfair to the Arab majority living there. On May 14, 1948, Israel declared independence. The following day, neighboring Arab states entered the war. Israel survived the conflict and expanded beyond the territory proposed in the UN partition plan. During the war, around 700,000 Palestinians fled or were displaced from their homes, an event Palestinians call the Nakba, meaning the catastrophe, while many Israelis remember the same year as the successful birth and defense of their nation. In 1967, during the Six-Day War, Israel captured the West Bank, East Jerusalem, Gaza, the Sinai Peninsula, and the Golan Heights. Israel later returned Sinai to Egypt under a peace agreement, but East Jerusalem remains under Israeli control, and Israel maintains varying forms of control in the West Bank. Israel withdrew its settlers and military from Gaza in 2005, but it continues to control Gaza's airspace, maritime access, and most border crossings, while Egypt controls another border crossing. Since then, the conflict has continued through wars, uprisings known as intifadas, rocket attacks, military operations, settlement expansion, and repeated but unsuccessful peace negotiations. Today, the Palestinian Authority administers parts of the West Bank, while Hamas has governed Gaza since 2007. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict remains one of the world's most challenging political disputes. Major issues include borders, the status of Jerusalem, Israeli settlements in the West Bank, the security of Israel, the future of a Palestinian state, Palestinian refugees, access to holy sites, and mutual recognition. Many countries continue to support a two-state solution in which Israel and a future Palestinian state would exist side by side in peace, while others advocate different political arrangements. Despite decades of negotiations, violence has continued, causing immense suffering for civilians on all sides. The history of Palestine is not only a story of wars and borders, but also a story of ancient civilizations, faith, culture, resilience, and generations of people whose lives have been shaped by history. Understanding this history does not require choosing one side over another. It requires recognizing that different communities remember many of the same events in very different ways. Only by understanding the past can we better understand the present and appreciate why lasting peace remains one of the world's greatest challenges. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more fascinating journeys through world history.